guys, welcome back to Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have something a little bit different going on today. We haven't seen this before. There's a big question mark on a board over here. That's new. As I'd mentioned last week, this week I wanted to do the best surprise whiskey of 2017. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. Big question mark on this one because the bottle's hidden back here. So I figured before revealing the bottle and reviewing the bottle, a fun thing to do might be to talk about what I'm about to reveal, and see if you guys can guess what it is. So I'm going to give you three, maybe four hints about this bottle, and then maybe you can pick up on it. I've already got some poured here, so maybe after that you'll figure out what it is, and if you haven't, maybe you'll learn a little bit about it. So, first hint, it costs $60 in my area. So it's $60, it's 115 proof, it is a Brown-Forman product, and then the last hint, it was actually released at the end of last year. So I kind of blurred the lines there a little bit, but it became readily available for most people at the beginning of this year. It was a little tough to find at the end of last year, but now it's very easy to find, at least in my area. So those are the four hints. So what whiskey is Dave talking about? Well, this is my best surprise whiskey of 2017. This is the Old Forester Prohibition Style 1920 whiskey. And what the heck does that mean? So let's talk a little bit about Old Forester. Brown-Forman product. Brown-Forman makes Woodford, Jack Daniels, the other two very iconic whiskeys. Old Forester is also a very popular one. So this is Old Forester. It's the Prohibition style whiskey. So it's meant to be, it's meant to reminisce back on what this tasted like back during Prohibition. It's 115 proof, as you can see, and I'd like to read you the tag on this one because it's pretty neat. So here's the tag. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Yeah, there you go. Tag on this one. During Prohibition, only 6 Kentucky distilleries were granted permits to bottle bourbon for medicinal purposes. Brown-Forman, maker of Old Forester, secured permit KY number 3. In 1920, the first bottles were produced under this permit. The first bottles under this permit were produced. Our Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style is the third expression in the Old Forester Whiskey Row series. Asterisk right there. They've had 2 previous releases of different bottles, not this specific bottle. So they had this Whiskey Row series. There were 3 of them. This is the third. Back into this. To match the usual barrel proof of that bourbon after maturation, it is presented now at the same 115 proof. Signed, Chris Morris, Master Distiller. Very cool bottle. I love this bottle. They have this cool paper wrapping on it too. I love the bottle, and I don't know exactly what whiskeys looks like from 1920, but I have a bottle of Macallan back from the 1980s, and the bottle actually is kind of similar to this in some ways. So I like these tall, skinny, long-necked bottles. I think they look pretty cool on your bar shelf. So yeah, so that's this one. Why do I think this is the best surprise pick of 2017? Well, number one, whenever a company mixes something up and they try to bring something new to market and it does well, or it's received well, or it tastes good and is a good price point, that's important, right? We want new things. We don't want to always have to hunt down like super rare unicorn bottles all year long like we have to do with a lot of the Buffalo Trace products. So to see a new expression of an old company is really cool. So I like that. But does it taste good? It's probably what you guys are like, Dave, shut up. Tell us what it tastes like. All right. So let's do that. So here it is. Here's the color. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I'm trying to get the camera focused correctly here. There's some light over here. So the color on this one, it's a amber orange with a little bit of brown in it. It's on the lighter side. That might tell us it's not overly aged, but it has some decent color to it. The nose itself, this has no age statement by the way. The nose itself, I really do like the nose. That 115 proof comes off, and I'm trying this one straight. We're not going to water it down today simply because I just forgot to bring my watering stuff, so we'll just try this at proof, which 115 is kind of bordering the level where you really want to drink it between straight and watered down. But the nose on this one's really powering. It's got a lot of cinnamon and like hot cherry smells to it, hot candy smells to it. A lot of baking spices, like things you'd expect in like Christmas cookies. Like literally, for me, it's like smelling a gingerbread Christmas cookie. But it's also got a little bit of dark cherry and vanilla in it, and I really like that smell. That's a lot of that proof coming off. I don't know. I don't think this bottle says whether it's not chill filtered or not, but the taste and the nose on this kind of make me think it might be. So yeah, nose is great. The taste. And as you guys know, I like to go by my second taste because the first one, just a lot of burn, especially with a higher proof. So the taste on this one up front, you actually get a little bit of orange peel that you don't smell in the nose. Some orange peel, but then right after that, it kind of mimics the nose. We've got hot cinnamon, we've got like a spicy red hot cherry, followed by some vanilla, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of those basier tastes. The middle is about like a medium mouth-feel, so it coats nicely, but it's not a huge coating feel. Age on this one tastes a little bit young because you're tasting a lot of those spices coming through. The finish, though, is probably one of my favorite parts about this. It's got this nice, long, spicy finish, meaning that's where I'm tasting all those Christmas characteristics I told you about. I'm tasting like gingerbread cookie. I'm tasting a little bit of underlying toffee, a lot of those spices, a lot of like burned cinnamon coming through at the end. So it's got a nice long finish that really heats all the way through, which obviously is part of the proof there. And also probably a little bit of an indication of the age. Maybe, no age statement. I'm going to say 6 years probably. 6, 7 years. As we get closer to 10 years and over, we'll start tasting a little bit of the barrel, a little bit more of the barrel. So I don't think we're quite there with this one yet. I could be completely off, but I don't believe we are. What do I think about it overall? I really do like it. There's not really much I can say that I would do better with this whiskey. It really just hits all the right spots for me. A good combination of it is a spicy whiskey, so probably not a beginner whiskey, but not many beginners go for 115 proof. Spicy whiskey, lots of different flavors going on, a good underlying tone of classic bourbon taste, good price point, good marketing, good bottle, readily available. You probably won't find it in bars, but you'll probably find it at your party store. I like all these things about it. I really do. And I like whiskey companies doing things new. I mean, that's definitely leaning into my review and why I picked this as my best surprise whiskey. I like companies trying to do new stuff. I hope that they continue doing this. I hope this doesn't go away. I hope it doesn't become something that's too rare to find, because I think everyone watching the channel, if you're at all into whiskey, at least at some kind of level, and you're willing to spend a little bit of money to get this bottle at $60, I really think you should try it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's something that isn't the standard tried and true kind of boring stuff that we see in whiskey. It's not the same 5-10 bottles that everyone drinks. If you brought this to a tasting, a lot of people probably wouldn't have it already, and a lot would probably be very surprised at how good it is. So those are my thoughts. What do I think about the overall review? Let's not forget that part. I think as far as score goes on this one, we're going to go, if you guys can read my awful handwriting, it's down there. If you can't read it, I'll tell you. It's 92 out of 100. So the only reason it's not a little bit higher is simply because I think it's missing just a little bit of age. I think with a little bit more age, and I don't, like I said, I don't know the age on it, but I think with a little bit more age, it will get some more barrel interaction, and that would come through with the flavor to balance this out even more on that spiciness. So that's my thought. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you guys would consider one of the best whiskeys for 2017? One of the best new whiskeys? Is this something that you found useful to your needs? Would love to hear. So thank you so much for tuning back in. It's been fun. Next week, I think I'm going to try to tackle the top 5 intermediate whiskeys. And then after that, I'll probably try to tackle the top 5 advanced whiskeys. And after that, I think we'll just go back into normal bottle reviews. And maybe a little bit of scotch too. I've had a lot of requests for scotch, and I have 4 or 5 new bottles that I could go through with you. So yeah, I think this has been fun. I hope it's been helpful. Hit the subscribe button or comment below. Send me a message. Hit me up on social media. Whatever you guys think. So thanks again for tuning into Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. I'm out of here. Have a good night.